everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Before I get into what this video is actually about, I want to say a huge thank you to all the new subscribers that have joined my channel in the last week. I can't believe I've reached over 1,000 subs already. I feel like this has been so quick and very unexpected. I definitely thought it would take a lot longer to get here, but I'm so happy and I'm so excited. I feel like this has just given me like a new lease on my channel and new motivation to film even more videos. And thank you for leaving all of the comments and questions on my videos. It's been so fun reading them and responding to them. I actually love helping you guys, and I definitely didn't realize when I started my channel how much I could help you guys. I love trying to answer any questions you guys have if I know the answer. If not, I try to find the answer, but sometimes, you know, I can't know everything. So thank you again for all of that, and I hope you guys continue watching my videos and continue asking any other questions you have, because yeah, I really enjoy helping and trying to grow your stores as I've grown mine. I've also noticed that a lot of people have been asking some of the same questions in my comments about Redbubble and print sites, so I've definitely noted all those down and I've added those to my videos to film list, so don't worry, they're coming. But for today's video, I will be talking about some things that you really need to know before deciding whether you want to start selling on Redbubble or even any other print-on-demand site. These are just some things to keep in consideration, some pros, some cons, and a little bit of an explanation within all of these pros and cons as to why I decided to start selling on Redbubble and some of these other sites. I think that these sites are definitely great for a lot of people, but obviously they're not perfect for everyone, so hopefully this video will help you decide whether you should jump the gun and sign up for these sites and start selling your artwork on these sites, or if it's not the direction you want to take your artwork. It actually took me a while to decide that I want to start selling on sites like Redbubble, so hopefully by me telling you the different pros and cons to these sites, it'll help you make the decision a little faster so that you can either start making money faster or start getting your name out there faster too. First, I'll be starting with the pros, because obviously since I am on these sites, I do think there are a lot of pros to selling on them, and for me the pros have outweighed the cons. So my first pro is that it's a great way to make passive income. If you guys don't know what passive income is, it's income that requires little to no maintenance to earn. So for these sites, essentially all you do is upload the picture one time. That can take anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes depending how much you edit the picture and how much behind the scenes work you put into it, but then once you're on the actual site, it's a quick, easy, simple process that I've shown in my videos before, but as long as you know what you're doing, it goes by within a few minutes. So that, let's say 20 minutes of work will bring you in income as long as you stay on the site. So that really is one of the most passive income sources you can really find, because you don't really have to do much maintenance after work, and it's still bringing you in money years after you've done the work. So on that note, it is great to sign up for these sites if you have any photos just hanging around. I know I had a hard drive full of photos that I had never used and had no intention of posting on my social media or using for any other purposes. So once I found out about these sites, I thought that it was a great way to use up hundreds of pictures I had taken on trips or in the past and actually get something out of them. So my second pro is that it's a super easy way to sell your artwork. Redbubble is a platform that already has everything ready for you to use and doesn't really require that much work on your end. For example, they have a website that's already up and running and ready for you to use. They have advertising that they do for your sites, which will hopefully include your products at some point in time. They already have a lot of users and traffic coming to their website, so you don't have to find new customers. They just want you to convert the people that are coming onto their website, so you can do that by obviously having great artwork and tagging it well so it shows up when people are looking for it. So not only do they have everything set up for you in the before your artwork sells process, but they also have everything ready to go after your artwork sells. They do the manufacturing of your products, they do the shipment of your products, they do all of the communication between your customer and Redbubble so that you don't have to send out any emails, and they also have a great customer service help center, so if your customers accidentally receive the wrong item, which has happened to me before, or have any other questions in regards to the products or returns, exchanges, etc., they can reach out to their customer service and they will take care of everything so that you don't have to handle it, and it's a great way to kind of just take everything off your back and all you have to focus on is uploading the artwork. So my third pro for Redbubble is that there is absolutely no risk involved in signing up. It is completely free to start an account with Redbubble and completely free to continue selling selling on their site for however long you decide to stay a member. Not only is there no risk in terms of actually selling artwork on their site, but there's also no risk to you as someone who wants to sell your artwork because there are no startup costs. You're not going out to start your own website or anything like that. You already have the platform at your disposal. You don't have any overhead costs once you're actually up and running. So you don't actually have to buy any of the products that you're selling. And essentially there are just no costs that you would normally incur if you had your own shop selling this artwork. So it is a great way to at least test out the market and see if your artwork sells. Even if you do want to open up your own website or shop with your artwork in the future, this is definitely a great way to test the market and see if people even want to buy your artwork, and at least it's at no risk to you and you won't lose any of your own money doing it. My final pro for selling on Redbubble and why I think you should is that it actually pays you after 1 month of making a sale. So I'll explain that a little bit better now. Some sites actually only pay you after 2 months of making the original sale. For example, on some other sites, if you make a sale in March, then the earnings will be cleared in April and you will be paid in May. That takes kind of a while to actually see your money and see your sales, and sometimes that can be annoying, especially if you're starting out and, you know, obviously you want the money right away. But for Redbubble, it's actually only a 1 month turnaround time. Most of the time, I've noticed that if I do make, let's say, the sale in March, then by the next paycheck in April, I will be paid almost everything I have earned in March. The payments are always around the 15th of every month. Sometimes if there's a holiday, you might be paid a day earlier, but you can pretty much guarantee that you will be paid on the 15th. So of course, if you make sales that week of the 15th, you probably won't get paid those sales because they will take at least a couple of weeks to clear, so you'll get those on your next paycheck. But for the most part, you are getting the bulk of your sales for March in April, which is nice because then there's less waiting time, and especially if you are relying on this income. Like for example, when I was in university, I didn't have a part-time job for part of it because I had a lot of schoolwork to do and I had to do a lot of commuting as well. So Redbubble was essentially my part-time job. So obviously I was hoping that the money would come a little bit faster because I was actually using that money for my expenses and like day-to-day living. But now that I have a full-time job, this is more of a bonus every month, so I don't really care to receive it as quickly. But for some people, like I said, they do want to receive it quickly, so Redbubble in that sense, I think, is the best print-on-demand site because you get your money the fastest. So now that you've heard the pros, there are also some cons to go with this site. Not every site can be perfect, and although Redbubble, I think, is the best one out of all the ones out there, it still has some areas for improvement or just some things that maybe not everyone will like and might deter them from signing up. So my first con is probably an obvious one, but the commissions are fairly low. For the amount of work that Redbubble is putting in to maintain the site and advertise the site and bring traffic to the site versus the amount that each individual artist is putting in, which is essentially just uploading their artwork, I think it is fair how much they take versus how much they give you, but it is still lower than if you were to have your own shop, so that is one thing to keep in mind. I know there's other ways to do print on demand, like extensions for the Shopify platform, so I think with those you might be able to earn a little bit more money than you would on a site like Redbubble or Society6, but with those it also requires a lot more maintenance because you actually have to go out and create the Shopify account and website yourself and then just add that extension to it. So if you are looking to do a little bit more work and are comfortable with running your own website, maybe that's a better option for you. But for me, I think this is a hassle-free way to do it, and it's not like it's something that I want to be my full-time career. Another way to do it is if you want to buy your own printer and other equipment to print the items that Redbubble would sell. That would be a way that you could charge whatever you want for your artwork, but it is a huge upfront investment. I've actually looked into this myself, and those printers cost thousands of dollars if you want the same quality that you're getting from sites like Redbubble. So I mean, that's up to you. If you want to make this a long-term thing, then that might be worth the investment and go for it, but if not, then I'd say Redbubble is good. For me, Redbubble is perfect for the type of photography and artwork that I do. I could see how a lot of other people might want their own platform, especially if they plan to grow it and turn that into a full-time career, and then you might want to kind of take it into your own hands and actually have your own platform and not sell on Redbubble. But for people that do photography and artwork and graphic design as a hobby, I think this is a great way to make a little bit of extra money on your hobby. So my second con is that the uploading process can be very tedious. Especially as a beginner, I remember how frustrated I was when I was trying to figure out the system. Although it is easy to me now, it was a little bit of a learning curve getting used to how to use everything and getting the right dimensions. So I have posted a step-by-step tutorial of how you can upload pictures in the past, but of course it's not the same thing watching someone versus doing it yourself. I think Redbubble's uploading process is pretty good compared to a lot of other sites, because a lot of other sites I found have glitches and sometimes don't even let you upload your artwork or make you wait like 20 minutes for the artwork to upload. So Redbubble is pretty good that way, but it still comes with its own cons and it's not perfect yet. It can also be annoying to update your art as they release new products, because you have to manually go back into every picture and allow it to be sold. So that's something to keep in mind. But overall, that is the only work you have to put into the site to make money. For what you're getting out of it, I think it is worth dealing with some of the glitches that might come up or dealing with some of the inconvenient uploading processes. Alright, so that's actually all of the cons I have for Redbubble. I tried thinking of more, but I really couldn't. I think that it is really one of the best sites for this sort of thing. I know there were a lot more cons when I was thinking about some of the other sites, so I can definitely talk about those ones in another video, but it seems that most of you guys use Redbubble, so I thought that I would tackle that one first because it's most relevant and you guys are probably most interested in hearing about it. I definitely think that the pros outweigh the cons, so regardless of what you're doing or what kind of artwork you sell, I highly recommend going on Redbubble and trying it out. Let me know if you guys have any other questions about Redbubble or any of these other print sites. Leave them in the comments and I will try to make videos based on what a lot of people want to see and some of the questions that they have. It definitely gives me inspiration for what I should film, so I love seeing that, and I just want to thank you guys again so much for your support. It has really helped my channel take off and I can't wait to see where everything goes in the next few months. But that's all I have for today, so I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!